Well, I wish this was an elaborate April Fool's joke that I was playing on you all, but it's not. Uh, we are under a winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service because we have some snowfall coming later tonight into tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's right. Very unusual to see this in April, but I think I said a while back, and I guess I jinxed myself, that the kind of pattern we're in, it seems like it could snow in April. And sure enough, that's exactly what's happening, and this isn't the only chance for snow in the long range forecast either. Now, it won't be a lot. We'll look at the. We have a winter weather advisory in effect up north and west of the city. There could be 3 to 5 inches, but for the rest of us, uh, let's see. This is they're actually saying 2 to 4 inches per hour expected. So it could be some heavy snow tomorrow morning, 1 inch per hour Monday morning. I want to see the snowfall map that they put out, the forecast map. I'm not making a forecast. Yeah, this is and the reason why they're coming up with these numbers. We're going to look at the models and I'm going to show you why. Uh, After I look at this, but the reason why they're coming up with these numbers is because of there could be some heavy snow coming down tomorrow morning. Yeah, in April. That's right. Let's look at the Philadelphia office. So they have a winter weather advisory in effect for uh, Ocean County, uh, Burlington County, but south there probably not. You'll see when we look at the models. So let's see what their forecast is, and that's their forecast. So it'll be a little less over there. Now it's probably not going to stick to the roads, but it could because it could come down heavy enough to stick to the roads. All right, so let's go to the models. I'll show you what's going on with that. All right, so first we're going to look at the GFS model, and the track and everything like that. And this is we'll just focus on the storm for tomorrow morning, and then we'll look at the long range. So you can see it's approaching tonight, and as it moves toward the area, you can see that the temperatures are low enough for snow because we're having cold front move through tonight. So you can see here that the line sets up right around probably Ocean County, I guess, northward, and there's some heavy snow north of that line. Question is, will Long Island get into it? It is a very fast-moving storm, so that's the thing. And because of the sun angle, it's going to have a hard time accumulating, even if it comes down heavy. But when we go ahead and we look at the temperatures, we're going to go and look at that. You can see the temperatures are cold enough, but just cold enough. So it's going to be another one of those just cold enough situations again, where it probably wind up sticking, but it will probably wind up melting quite quickly as well. At least that's what I would think. Let's go to look at the total snowfall forecast from the GFS. So wow, there's some areas in central. It actually has a bullseye. This is the GFS. It has a bullseye right around Ocean County, believe it or not. Interestingly enough. Yeah, but if we look at again, this is total snowfall, but we have to, look at positive snow growth. I mean, the forecast changed because originally last night they were saying 1 to 3 inches, and that went up. So I have to see what model they're looking at. Positive snow growth. Yeah, it's not quite as high, but that's still looking at up to 3 inches there. All right, go to the NAM model, which is my model of choice when it comes to these storms, not the not the GFS. We gotta push this back over here. Okay, so here comes the storm. All right, it's not a big storm, but you can see it's got heavy snow over us tomorrow morning, so it's definitely going to affect the commute. There's some pretty heavy snow there. I have a feeling the NAM is going to be a little more robust, and the NAM, like I said, is better with these storms than the GFS. But the GFS was predicting this a couple of days out, so I will give the GFS that. We'll look at the total snowfall from this. Wow, yeah, the NAM is definitely a little more robust. No surprise there. So 6 inches. I mean, the weather service is wise to go in between the two models. You know, I'm not gonna make a forecast for this, but yeah, we've seen what happened with the past couple of storms here, where they overperformed a little bit. So sometimes it's not a bad idea to lean toward the heavier amounts. Um, Even though the temperatures are borderline, even though we have high sun angle, the way the things have been, it just if it snows, it seems like we've been getting these storms, and it just seems to be we have a lot of we have more energy that's anticipated coming off the ocean, and that gives these storms more. Let's take a look at the positive snow growth totals. Not quite as high, but still, definitely at advisory level snowfall, and it could wind up sticking to the roads if it comes down heavy enough. All right, that's one model there, and we'll go right back to this, and then we're going to look at the HRRR. I don't think the HRRR goes far enough out. No, it doesn't go far enough out, but I want to look at the RGM. That's the other model here. So this is the RGM. Let's take a look at this one, see how this one handles it. You can see the cold air is building down from the north, and that's what keeps it snowy. The RGM looks like it's also heavy. So very similar to the NAM, the way it looks, and I'm sure that the snowfall amounts will be just as robust. So let's go look at those snowfall amounts. I don't have positive snow growth, but yeah, you could see it's going to come down, even though the temperatures are borderline. It is going to come down in the morning. It is going to there's going to be torrential snow. It's the only other way to put it for the morning. So yeah, it's very. This is not an April Fool's joke. Like I said, I wish it was, but it's not. I'll look at one more model, and that is the HDRPS. All right. Here's a storm. You can see, yeah, a little warmer, but it really just pours the snow on right around 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is going to come down, and then it pulls out. So let's see what we have with that. Snowfall with that. That is also similar to the RGM. So yeah, thinking that some areas could actually see 4 or 5 inches. It's very possible. On the grassy areas, of course. It will melt quickly because it's going to warm up, but it's crazy to have snow in April. I mean, it has happened, and like I said before, given the pattern that we're in, it seems that that's what's going on. So let me go back to the GFS, and so I'm going to look at the GFS now, and I just want to touch on the long range because that's not the only system that we may have to deal with. So we have a more typical system with a cold front passing through on Wednesday, and some nice weather for Thursday. But then cold air builds again, and that could be like a clipper type of system on Friday. And then as we head into the weekend, we have this that's coming. So Sunday, this could start off as snow and then wind up changing to rain. This could be a pretty intense storm right here, according to this. So we're going to have to watch that. That's for Sunday. It's a week from today. And then after that, maybe we'll be out of the woods. Maybe. Usually by mid-April, usually we're out of the woods with the snow. But yeah, it's crazy that we're getting snow in April. But like I said, given the way these snowstorms just keep popping up, this month, last month actually, March, it's not surprising that it would continue into April. I have one other bit of news to share for you, some good news, and that'll be the end of this video. So the bit of good news I have for you involves the Long Island Pine Barrens, and we're looking at them on the map right now. They are being expanded. Finally, Cuomo bowed to pressure, finally, to at least expand the Pine Barrens into the Shoreham area. So what this means here is that this area here, this is Brookhaven State Park, this area right here that you see around the what would have been the Shoreham nuclear power plant will become state parkland. So we're going to go ahead and look right here at a closer look here, and you can see mostly it's all undeveloped land here, over here, and this will all become state parkland. Originally, There was a plan to put solar panels here and cut down the woods. Thank God that didn't happen. They put a stop to that. Now the mastic thing, unfortunately, that's a lost cause. But we are winning this. At least we're winning this battle over here with. Got something. This is 800 acres, so it's a pretty sizable area of land here. Doesn't look like it on the. It does not look like it on the map, but trust me, it is. There's a mix of pine barrens in here and upland woods as well. So we'll just take a look at the area from the outside here. We'll have to go for a walk one day inside. So there's a mix of pine barrens in here. Is what it looks like from Route 25A. So it's a mix of pine barrens in here, and you see some pitch pines here. There's one right there, and upland forest. So it depends. It's a coastal. It's like trying to compare it to some place. I compare it to like Wildwood State Park. It's very similar to that. Ecologically speaking. So I'm glad this was protected. It's a beautiful place. And right on the other side of the road is Brookhaven State Park. So now you have two pieces of parkland that are next to each other. This also is. I'll look at it. Well, I can only look at some of it. Yeah, that road doesn't really go in. There's a defense hill park over in this area here. So it's really nice. You see, look at it from over here. Here's another view. So mostly upland woods over here. I don't think there's many pitch pines as you go toward the coast. So it's similar to Wildwood State Park, but beautiful spot, and I'm glad it's being protected. Take a look at that big rock there too. That's what you call a glacial erratic. That was brought here by glaciers. There's nothing else that can move a rock that big. So, and Matt Camper also had some good news regarding Nice Bus. It looks like they're in better financial shape, so there shouldn't be any more cuts hopefully this year. Maybe some service improvements, which I will discuss in a future video. So that is it. Get ready for the snow tomorrow, but hopefully it won't be around for long. Take care.